All right, so I'm in Barcelona. Now, the reason I'm in Barcelona is because at the time I was in Malaga and I wanted to see a friend of mine and he was in the UK. Now, I didn't want to go to the UK, he didn't want to come to Malaga, so we were like, fuck it, let's just meet halfway. Where can we meet? Barcelona. Now, this was 6 months ago in summer, okay, so it was blazing fucking, it was hot as shit, middle of summer in Barcelona. We're there for 3 days, all right, so we're not going to be able to do much, but we're there for 3 days. Anyway, the first day we do basically nothing, we just sort of chill, and then the next day we wake up, we do a little bit of work, and at around 2 p.m, I'm looking at my friend and I'm like, what can we do today? Like, we've done work, we've got money, it's Barcelona, it's sunny, that rhymed. I'm like, what can we do? Anyway, so we're Googling, we're looking around, and I'm like, let's go jet skiing. And he's like, okay, I've never been jet skiing before, let's go. So I've been, he's never been, I'm like, okay, cool, I'll take you jet skiing. So we get in an Uber and we go fucking 4 or 5 miles out of Barcelona. This place was fucking miles away for some reason. And we go to this jet skiing place. Now, at the time, had I known, I would have dressed better, but I had no idea what was about to happen. This was gonna be a fucking crazy night that I never could have seen coming. And so we're like, we'll just go jet skiing, all right? So I'm wearing a blue tank top, swimming trunks, and flip-flops. And my friend's wearing like a linen shirt, fucking swimming trunks and flip-flops as well. Okay, we are basically only here to go jet skiing and then come home, all right? Anyway, so we go jet skiing, bang, it's like an hour in the fucking sea, great time. We come back, we pay this girl, whatever. And it's like 3, 4 p.m. at this point, and it's a Saturday. And we're here for 3 days, and I'm with my friend. And I'm like, we can't go home yet, we gotta do something. And by do something, that basically only means get fucking drunk and start drinking. And so we're like, what can we do? Anyway, so one of the guys that ran the jet ski place, I went up to him and I was like, hey brother, hey, where can we get a drink? Where can we go do something? And he was like, do you want to drink or do you want to drink? And before my friend can even answer, I'm like, we want to drink. And he's like, okay, you see this building? Because this was like on the coast. He's like, you see this building? Far building? And we're like, yeah, go there. And we were like, what is it? He was like, brother, go there. I was like, okay, fuck it. So we fucking walk up in our flip-flops. And it's a big building, it's huge. It's like overseeing the beach, but it's like a massive building. And we walk up to this thing, and there's 2 big dudes outside, and a bit of like, I don't know, gated tape, I suppose. And we're like, this is probably like a bar or a club or something. But like, we won't be able to go in because I'm wearing a fucking tank top and swimming trunks and flip-flops. So if you've been to a nightclub, you'll know, or any club in general, you can't go in unless you're dressed a certain way. Anyway, we're like, fuck it, why not try? So we go up to these guys, and we're like, hey, can we go in? And they're like, yeah, come in. I was like, okay, that's weird. Anyway, so we walk in, go up some stairs, we go up to this fucking counter, and we ask this woman, hey, can we go in? She's like, yeah, 25 euros each, bang, give her that. We get a fucking wristband, and we walk into this place. Now, I'll have some videos of this, so you'll be able to see a little bit, but this place is basically a day club, right? So you know how you have nightclubs and beach clubs? This was a day club, okay? So it wasn't on the beach, because it wasn't, there was no beach, but it was a day club. And it wasn't a nightclub because it was in the day, all right? This was like 3, 4 p.m. And to describe it, it's like a DJ booth, massive speakers, like a semi-dance floor, a bar, a swimming pool, and then a piece of fucking tape. And between the tape, there was tables on one side, and then just like a standing area where all the peasants stand on the other side, okay? And like I said, it was in the middle of the day, music was blaring, people were around, etc. So I was like, okay, it's a day club. Anyway, so we walk in, and we go to the bar, we get a gin and tonic, and we just start standing there, and we just start drinking. And after about 5 minutes, we're like, this is fucking boring, because there's no seats, and there's no girls, there's nothing, okay? And so we're just like, oh, fuck it, what are we gonna do? Anyway, I see behind this tape are tables. Now, you can't just walk in because there's security everywhere, but I was like, I mean, I'm rich as fuck, so I could probably afford a table. Anyway, so I go back in, I tell my friend, I'm like, nah, fuck this, we're not standing here. I go back in, I ask this girl, right, how much for a table? She's like, 500 euros, bang, give her my card, pay. She's like, okay, let me escort you to your table. I'm like, okay, nice, this will be better now. So she escorts us, we go through security, we get like a special wristband, you'll be able to see it in the video, I'll put some here in a second. And we get a table, right? And with a table, you get drinks and stuff. We decided to get champagne because we think we're bougie. It was a waste of fucking time. If you ever get a table, do not get champagne. It will disappear like that. If you want to make the most out of a table, get some sort of spirit. Get a bottle of fucking Grey Goose. Get a bottle of a hard liquor. It will last you way longer. Anyway, besides the point. We got a bottle of champagne because it looked bougie. This woman, she comes, she pours fucking champagne in our glasses, etc., etc. actually, editor, if you show a video, it will describe it. And it was just like a table here, our table, and then there were tables all around us, all right? Now, the problem here is that it was just me and my friend, right? You gotta understand, every other table around us was like 5, 10 dudes, like 5, 6, 7 dudes, and they just split the cost between them because they're broke. And it was just me and my friend, and no one else. And because of that, we started to gain a lot of traction from the girls outside. Now, the way this works is, basically, we've got money, right? So we're at a table, we've got champagne, etc. And then you've got this barrier between the tables and the peasants. And all the girls are outside, sort of standing there with their one drink. And all they do is they just look at you like, hoping that you spot them, and then you invite them onto their table. And because there was no one on our table, we were getting loads of attention, right? Girls just like staring at us. Anyway, I made a conscious decision to not invite any girls because ultimately, what does that say, 10%? Ultimately, my friend he's in a relationship, right? So keep in mind, for the rest of the story, my friend's in a relationship and I'm single. But I'm not gonna bring any girls here because then it will just be me and some girls and my friend, and he'll be alone, and I'm not a dickhead. So I was like, fuck it, no, me and my friend will just have a good time and we won't bring any girls. Anyway, as time goes on, if I can fucking light this. As time goes on, because we thought we were only going jet skiing, lo and behold, my fucking phone dies, okay? So I have no phone. 2 hours later, my friend's phone dies. So now we have no phone whatsoever, and we are in a beach club, and we don't know, sorry, a day club, we don't know where the fuck we are, and also, we are in Barcelona, and we don't know where the fuck our Airbnb is either. But we thought, fuck it, we're smart, we keep drinking, we'll figure it out later, who gives a shit, right? Anyway, 11 o'clock rolls past, and this place shuts. Now, the reason it shuts at 11 is because it's a day club, right? And so I'm like, fuck, so we have to go. But I'm drunk as fuck at this point, okay? And so is my friend, and we're like, nah, it's a Saturday, we are not going home yet. Besides, we don't even know where the fuck we live. And our phone's dead, so we can't even get an Uber in. And so like, how the fuck are we gonna get home? What are we gonna do? Who the fuck knows? Anyway, so I stumble down the stairs, and we walk outside back to where we met the two guys at the front. And we're looking around, and we just see this yellow car, and I assume that's a taxi. So without even making a conscious decision, I walk up and I open the door of this taxi, and me and my friend jump in. And the taxi driver's like, huh? I'm like, it's okay, bro, it's okay, we need a taxi. He's like, oh, okay. He's like, where do you want to go? And me and my friend look at each other and we're like, I have fucking absolutely no idea because we don't know where our Airbnb is and we have no phone. All I remember is that we were mildly near the cathedral. If you've been to Barcelona, you'll see the cathedral. All I remember seeing is we were somewhere around there. So we were like, okay, how about this, brother? You just take us into Barcelona near the cathedral. We'll try and find out where we live. If we can't find it, we'll just sleep on a fucking park bench and we'll figure it out tomorrow morning. He was like, okay, we'll do that. Anyway. So he starts burning off, and we're like, oh, here's a good idea. Oh, brother, do you have a charger? Because both our phones are dead. And he's like, oh yes, I have a charger. And he gets out this fucking like USB fucking 3 fucking, a charger that only works for phones before me and you were fucking born. I was like, oh, that doesn't work. It's like, fuck. Anyway, we keep driving for a bit, and he's like, yo boys, you like girls? And me and my friend are looking out the window, we just go, yeah, why? And he's like, I know somewhere where there's girls. And I look at my friend, and he's like, do you want to go see girls? I know a place there's loads of girls. And we're like, loads of girls? He's like, papi, loads of girls. So I look at my friend, and we're like, yeah, well, fuck it, why not? Okay, I'm drunk as shit. I don't know where my home is. We may as well just stay out. So he's like, okay, we'll go to loads of girls, okay? So now we're in a good mood. We're like, okay, brilliant, okay, cool, we don't have to go home. We're gonna find this other place. There's gonna be fucking loads of chicks. It's gonna be a great time. And then he gives us his phone. He's like, brother, play music. I'm in a good mood. So he gives us his phone. That's like iPhone 4 or some shit. He opens Spotify. And the first song that came to mind was Evacuate the Dance Floor by Cassandra. And so you need to understand, we are burning through Barcelona. This cunt is like a fucking rally driver. We are breaking every speed limit. And we're blasting Evacuate the Dance Floor out this taxi. And my fucking head is out the window. I'm just like, evacuate the dance floor. I'm just like fucking, I'm super drunk, right? Anyway, we're playing this song on repeat. It must have been the fucking loudest taxi in all of Barcelona for like 10, 15 minutes. And then eventually we pull up to this side of the road, And because Barcelona looks all the same. If you've been there, you'll know every single street looks the same. So we're like, we don't know where the fuck we are. We pull up to the side of the road and we're like, okay, brother, how much do we owe you? And this is where shit starts to get weird. All right. So until this point, it was kind of normal. Now shit starts to get weird. So we ask him, how much do we owe you? And he's like, free. I'm like, no. I know how this shit works. How much? He's like, it's on me. It's on me. You're good guys. It's free. And so I look at my friend and we're like, and my friend's like, this is fucked. I'm like, you know what, whatever, who gives a shit? So we get out of the taxi, we wish him his best, and we jump out. Now, we get out of the taxi and we're on the street, and the place we're meant to go to is like 2-3 meters away from us. Now, to describe this as best I can, what you'd be looking at is what we were looking at, was 2 6'8" black dudes, one piece of red gate, and then like a fucking doorway, okay? There was nothing outside, it was just a doorway, 2 black dudes, a piece of fucking red gate, and a light, a small light above this door frame, right? Bear in mind, we are still in. I'm in a fucking tank top and swimming trunks and flip-flops. We're both in flip-flops, and we're like, well, we're not gonna be able to get in, are we? We walk up to these dudes, we say, hey man, can we go in? He said, yeah, sure, just show me your ID. I was like, okay, fucking give him my ID. He's like, okay, yeah, both of you go in. I'm like, we don't have to pay? He's like, no, it's free. Which again felt really, really weird. And I should have known at the time that this was just a trap. But I didn't know at the time because I was drunk. Anyway, so he lets us through and we walk down these stairs. And when I say it looks like a fucking stairway to depravity, it's like down into the dungeons of the depths of hell. Okay? It's like 5-10 steps down. Now, I could never have guessed what I was about to see. All right, my friend's behind me, I'm in front. We walk down these stairs, we open this door, and in front of us is just a long, dark corridor, maybe like 4 meters wide, 5 meters wide, a long, dark corridor, and just 30 chicks, and no dudes. So I walk in, and my friend's behind me, and I sort of stop, because there's fucking 30 women there. Like, I'm smooth with chicks, but like, fuck me. There was 30 chicks there, no fucking dudes, a bar with 2 bartenders, and no one else. And it was like music and doom, 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 and dim lights. I look back at my friend, I'm like, what the fuck? Anyway. We're looking at each other, we're like, okay, well, we need to act normal. Okay, we can't act bait. So what do? Anyway, so we keep walking, I'm like, okay, let's just be chill, let's go up to the bar, let's sit down, let's get a drink, let's just relax, okay? We'll get a drink and then we'll get the fuck out of here. So we walk up, we go up to these like stools, there's stools by the bar, I sit down, my friend sits to the side of me, and we're just like, okay, cool, so we'll sit here. Before I can even ask this guy for a fucking drink, hands start coming out of nowhere. Just like, fucking... It's like an orgy it's like a tsunami of hands just come out of nowhere. Because it's just me and my friend. There are no other men here. It's just us, okay? Now, I assume this was like a strip club or like a brothel or something, and so these girls get paid, right? If they can have fun with you, they'll get paid, right? Anyway, so I'm asking this guy for a drink. I'm looking at my friend. There's like fucking hand everywhere, etc. He gives us his drink. He's like, what do you want? Gin and tonic, bang, 2 gin and tonics, easy. He brings these chalices, like these big fucking chalice-like glasses, puts some ice in them, and then starts filling it up with gin. And he keeps filling it, and he keeps filling it, and he keeps filling it, and he keeps filling it. I'm like, brother, stop. He's like, no, it's gin and tonic. I'm like, where the fuck is the room for the tonic? It's just gin. And he's like, yes, but you have ice. So I'm like, okay, so it's a fucking gin and ice. It's literally a fucking chalice this big. It must have been an entire bottle of fucking gin and then just like 4 ice cubes. It's basically like a death potion. I'm like, okay, this is weird. So anyway, so me and my friend have these death potions. We're like, cheers, whatever. It's like doing a shot basically, and we've got a whole fucking glass of this shit. Anyway, so we're trying to just like, you know, stay normal, all right? Because I'm not lying when I say this. There are women everywhere. Everywhere. Loud music, I can't even hear my friend. Just fucking women here, hands coming out fucking everywhere, fucking hands. And they're slowly getting more and more confident because they want to push you, they want to get you to do something. And so they're getting a bit more frisky, you know. And like I said, I'm not that kind of guy, okay? My entire life, I've never paid for fucking sex. I'm not a degenerate, I'm not a reprobate. It's not something I'm into. But I know how this shit works. Anyway, so we're sitting there, we're just trying to drink this shit, trying to act normal, etc. And one of the girls whispers in my ear, she goes, "Papi, papi." I'm like, "See?" She's like, "You want to have some fun? You want to have some fun?" And I'm like, "No, I'm okay, all right?" Now, you've got to be careful, you've got to play it off, because if you say, "No, fuck off, you bitch, you slut," she's going to get angry, the dudes outside are going to come in, they're going to beat the fuck out of you, all right? So you have to be polite. I was like, "Oh, no, it's okay, you're lovely, but I'm okay, thank you, like, I've already had sex today," or whatever, some shit. And she's like, "Oh, you sure? You sure?" It's like, "Yeah, I don't pay for this. It's not something I do. Like, you're absolutely lovely, but it's just not something I do," right? And now my friend definitely fucking isn't, because he's in a relationship. Okay, that's why I'm not saying his name. I'm keeping some anonymity amongst him, because if his girlfriend found out about this, she'd be like, "What the fuck?" So I'm talking to this girl, and she's like, "Nah, papi, papi, papi. It's free, it's free." And I look at my friend, and I tell him, it's like, "These girls want to fuck us for free." He's like, "What?" I'm like, "These girls, they want to fuck us for free." And we look at him, so we look at each other, we're just like, "Nah, this is weird, let's get the fuck out of here." And so we say to the guy, "Right, let's pay, let's go." And he's like, "You can't leave." Now, you have to play it cool in these situations, okay? We are the only two dudes here. There are 30 women that are clearly fucking escorts, and there's two massive black dudes outside, and so far everything is free. Okay, something weird's going on right now. Anyway, we're like, "What do you mean we can't leave?" He's like, "You come here to have fun? Have fun." And so I'm like, "Oh, for fuck's sake." And I said to this girl, I was like, it's free, you sure it's free?" And she's like, "Yeah, papi, it's free, it's free." She's just like, anyway, so the dilemma I'm faced at is either, right, try and run and try and evade the black dudes outside, or basically be forced to fuck these girls so that we can, you know, act like we're not weirdos and then we leave. Because this is completely illegal, okay? You're not allowed to do, escortation in Spain is basically illegal, okay? It's underground, like it's not, you're not gonna get, like, they don't look it up too much, but it's basically illegal. So they think if you leave, you're like a police officer or a narc or some shit. And so they need to make sure that you do something, so at least they have something on you. So I'm looking at my friend, I'm like, "Okay, listen, like, you don't have to do anything, it's fine, I'll take the fucking bait." And so I'm like, "Right, well, fuck it. If it's free, I want her and I want her. It's free. Why not have one? Fuck it, I'll have two. Bang. You, come here." She gets out of her fucking seat, gets her handbag. Anyway, so we walk back. I'm like, to my friend, I'm like, "You're gonna be okay? You're gonna be all right?" He's like, "Yeah, I'll be okay." He's getting molested, basically. Anyway, so me and these girls, we walk back, and the corridor, like the room we're in, it gets narrower and narrower as you go further down, right? Anyway, you get to the end, and there's 3 doors. One door in front of you, one door to the left of you, and one door to the right of you, and it's dark as shit. I can't see a fucking thing. And I just walk into the door in front of me, and they're basically just all bedrooms, right? So my suspicions have been confirmed. This is basically a brothel, right? Basically, you come here, and you just get fucked, and then you just fuck girls, right? So I walk in, and these girls, both of them, they walk into the bathroom, and they're like, "Take your clothes off." I'm like, "Okay, fine, fuck it, whatever." Now, I'm not gonna get my dick out, so I go down to my pants, and I sit on the bed, and I'm just like, okay. Now, like I said, I'm not this guy. I'm not gonna do this, okay? I'm just here to see how it works. I'm just curious at this point, and also I don't wanna get killed. So I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. Let me just go in, let me take my pants, let me go down to my pants and just see what happens, okay? Because I wanna find out how this all works. I wanna know what the mechanism is. So I'm laying there for like 2 minutes. 2 minutes later, these girls come out completely fucking naked. And once it's here, and I'm sitting here, and they're sort of like rubbing my legs, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do this, I'm uncomfortable, I don't want to do this, please, I don't want to do this anymore, I'm sorry, I don't want to waste your time, but I don't want to do this. And they're like, "Nah, papi, you want to, and I don't want to say I'm getting raped, but I'm literally getting raped at this point. Anyway, they're like, "No, you want to have fun, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do this, okay, because I've found out how it works now, okay? They come in, bang, they fuck you for free. I'm still unsure on how they make any money, because at this point, they're getting paid. I don't know how they're getting paid, but they should be getting paid. I'm like, "No, I don't want to." Anyway, so I don't even ask. I just fucking get my fucking clothes on, put my shoes on. They're pissed. They're like swearing in Spanish. They're like, puta madre mierda. And I'm like, fuck off, bitch. Anyway, so they go back into the toilet. I put my shoes on. I fucking dart out this door. Anyway, as I'm walking out, I shut the door behind me. As I'm walking back up through the corridor, again, it's dark as shit. In the distance, my friend that was sitting here, just having a drink, surrounded by women, has now bent over the bar and has the bartender's fucking shirt in his hand. And he's shouting at him, and I can only see in the distance, and I'm like, okay, well, what the fuck is going on? So I go up to him, I don't even ask questions, I'm like, hey, what the fuck are you doing to my friend? And my friend goes to me, he scammed us. I'm like, what? He scammed us, he's fucking charged us 400 euros for these fucking drinks. What? 400 euros? It's like, yeah, he's fucking charged us 400 euros, there should have been 40 euros, he added a zero in the end, and now 400 euros for fucking 2 gin and tonics. And so he's fucking tussling with this fucking bartender, and then it clicked. I was like, oh, this is how they make money. So the taxi driver brings you here for free, the bodyguards make sure you can't leave, you fuck the girls for free, and while you're drunk having fun, they give you a card machine. I want a drink. Okay, here you go, bang. I didn't see the screen, my friend didn't see the screen, we just assumed it'd be a relative price. Anyway, my friend checks his banking app while I'm doing whatever, and he's fucking like, what the fuck, 400 euros? And he starts going crazy, because like, why the fuck? It shouldn't be 400 euros, okay? I've been to the nicest places in the world. Nowhere on earth are you paying 400 euros for a fucking gin and ice, okay? So we're like, you better fucking refund us now. Now, refund us, okay? Now there's 2 guys, they're kind of measly, like we could easily take them, but there's 2 6'8" black dudes that are probably trained to beat the shit out of people outside. So we're like, I'm like, bro, relax, like there's 2 black dudes outside. He's like, nah, bro, I went outside for a cigarette, they're not there. So now it's really weird, okay? The 2 bouncers outside are not there. They've disappeared, they're gone. So it's just me, my friend, these 2 bartenders, and all these chicks. And so we're like, right, okay, I guess we're just gonna have to beat the fuck out of these guys until they give us our money back. And he's like, no, I can't do it, it's not possible. I was like, right, then you're gonna give me everything in your fucking wallet right now. And he's like, I have no money. Anyway. After enough, threats, after enough fuck, because I'm like, at this point, I'm gonna elbow this cunt in the fucking chin, okay? After enough threats, eventually, he's like, okay, fine, I'll give you a refund. So he goes on the machine, he goes back, he starts fucking going on the computer, etc. And he's like, okay, I'll give you a refund. Now, at this point, me and my friend are basically like, okay, we just need to fucking get our money and get the fuck out of here, because the girls are pissed, the bartenders are pissed, we haven't fucking, done anything that they want us to do. They probably think we're police, and this is our chance, right? Because the bouncers have gone. They've like, I don't know where they are, they've fucking disappeared, right? Probably to not, bring any attention to the place, because police will be driving past, and they don't want to bring any attention to the place, so they've just disappeared. So me and my friend are just like, right, let's get the fuck out of here. This dude says he's refunded us. Now, these things, they take a while, right? So we're like, okay, you promise? We promise? He's like, yeah, I promise. It's like, okay, because if we're not refunded, we will come back here and I'll beat the living shit out of you, okay? He's like, okay, fine. Anyway, so we fucking have one more sip of this shit, tell him to fuck off, push our way out, the girls are still trying to fuck us. So push our way out of these girls, we walk up the stairs, no bodyguards, and we just leg it, right? So we just walk up this fucking street and we disappear. Now at this point, we have some charge on our phone because my friend charged his fucking phone behind the counter. So we're like, okay, we can go home now. But we're hungry as shit. So we go up to a local corner shop and we just start eating. Buy some crisps, buy some nuts, etc. And we're like, right, let's just eat something quickly because I'm hungry as fuck, okay? Anyway, we're buying and we're sitting down on the side of the road eating this fucking bollocks, whatever we're eating. And my friend looks at his bank. And no money has come through. Now, granted, it takes about an hour for this thing to get refunded. If you get refunded on a cash thing, it takes about an hour. It'd been an hour, and no money had come through. And we're like, oh my fucking God, really? Like, we're gonna have to go back now. Now, you know when you're drunk, and then like something happens, and your fucking brain just turns on, like out of nowhere? You're like, oh, whoa, and then something happens, and you're just like, you're back in reality. That's kind of how this felt, because now we were like, okay, this cunt has taken our money. Now we need to go back and beat the fuck out of him. Okay, and your brain just turns on. Fight or flight kicks in, and so we're like, okay, right, well, back we go. Now the problem is with Barcelona, if you've been, you'll know, every single fucking street looks identical. And we'd only walked like 10 minutes away, 20 minutes away. For the love of everything that's good about us, we could not find this place. Every fucking street looked the same. We were drunk as fuck, it was dark, it was like 5 a.m. at this point. We couldn't find this place anywhere. Anyway, so we're like checking where the transaction was made. We were checking Google Maps. We were trying to like cross-reference where we'd been, what we'd seen. We were just like, oh, fucking hell, where the fuck is this place? And we couldn't find it. And that's kind of how this place works. I assume this is how they make their money. Taxi driver brings you for free. Bouncers let you in for free. Bartender gives you a drink so alcoholic it fucks you out of your mind. Girls start flirting with you meticulously so that when they then bring you the card machine, you're too busy and distracted to know how much you're paying. They then charge you 10 times more than you should be getting paid. And then by the time you go home and check your banking app, you have no idea what the fuck this place is and you can never go back and ever find it. That is the business model. When the girls fuck you out of your mind, I assume, and give you AIDS or something. That's how this worked. And it all suddenly clicked and I was like, that's how it works. They bring you, they distract you, they get you super drunk, and then basically you'll never be able to find this place ever again. Because it was lit, bro, it was a doorway with a light in the middle of Barcelona where you literally cannot find anything. And so I'm kind of like, oh, fucking hell. Listen, mate, it's 400 quid. It's not the end of the fucking world. Who gives a shit? And he's like, yeah, but it's the principle. And I'm like, yeah, I know it's the principle, but ultimately we can't fucking find this place. It's 6 a.m. at this point. Let's just fucking go home. So we're like, okay, fuck it. We get an Uber, we go home, go to sleep, 6:30 a.m. at this point. Anyway, I wake up the next day, fucking 3 p.m. I'm hungover as fuck. I asked my mate, hey, how you doing? He's like, the money came through. I'm like, oh, thank fuck. And it took like 6 hours to come through, but eventually it came through. So in the end, none of us got fucked, none of us lost any money, none of us got killed, and everything was okay. But the moral of the story there, the lesson is, if you're gonna go to Barcelona and a taxi driver says he knows somewhere where you can see girls, say fucking no. Okay, if you're gonna go somewhere, make sure you go to a reputable place with an Uber. Because that shit could have gone sideways very easily. Honestly, there was a point there where it was about to turn into an all-out brawl. And the dudes outside were gonna come in and we were like, we can't leave. And I was gonna have to fuck a chick for us to leave. And we're gonna have to pay fucking 1,000 fucking euros to leave. Crazy shit, could have gone completely wrong, but we're here today and everything's fine. So that's the moral of the story. If you're gonna go somewhere in Barcelona, make sure you go out somewhere that's reputable and make sure you get a fucking Uber. And make sure you're fucking diligent, not completely fucking drunk. Crazy shit.